Hey, welcome back, guys. I'm back again with another Oscar nominated for Best Picture, The Substance. I just saw this today, a few minutes ago, and let me tell you, this movie is wild. Let me tell you this. Woo! This movie starts out like a typical movie, then it builds and builds and just gets stranger, more strange, and just woo, it gets crazy. So let me tell you the synopsis, and then we'll watch a trailer, then we'll talk about it. So, The Substance. Demi Moore gives a career best performance as Elizabeth Sparkle, a former A-lister past her prime, is suddenly fired from her fitness TV show by repellent studio head Harvey, played by Dennis Quaid. She is then drawn to the opportunity presented by a mysterious new drug, The Substance. All it takes one injection and she was born, temporarily, as a gorgeous 20-something Sue, played by Margaret Qualley. The only rule, time needs to be split exactly 1 week in one body, then 1 week in another. No exceptions. Perfect balance. What could go wrong? Deliriously entertaining and ruthlessly satirical, Carly Fergus, as a director, Cannes sensation turns toxic beauty culture inside out with a be careful what you wish for fable for the ages. Explosive, provocative, and twisted, the substance marks the arrival of a thrilling, visionary filmmaker. Just reading that can I tell you this movie can be all over the this movie can be all over the place when you watch it. And this movie you have to have an open mind. And that's what I'm learning as I watch these movies, and I'm really getting into these movies, getting into these bestseller movies. I did this last year, but now I'm really getting into it than what I have before, and really watching these movies, and I'm really paying attention. I'm really taking it in, and I'm like, wow, I'm not watching other reviewers. I'm just watching it for what it is. I'm not trying to watch the meaning of something, things like that. If you want to see that, you can go see that on your own. I'm watching this as a person who likes movies, and I'm going to talk about how I feel, not finding what it meant or whatever. I'm going to interpret what I took from it, because that's how art is. Art is presented, how the person wants to present it on what they wrote and how they want to direct it and show it and showcase it. Then we can talk about it in our own way and what we got from it. And I'm going to talk about it what I got from Substance. And I got different things for Substance because, as we know, and as we read, it goes by beauty and age, different things like that. But let's watch it. Let's go ahead and watch the trailer of Substance.
People always ask for something new. It's inevitable. At 50, well, it stops.
Have you ever dreamt of a better version of yourself? Younger, more beautiful, more perfect. One single injection unlocks your DNA and will release another version of yourself. This is the substance.
I'm Sue. 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 Sue.
You're hired.
Let's go.
A perfect balance of 7 days each. The one and only thing not to forget. You are one. You can't escape from yourself.
There's been a slight misuse of the substance.
This balance is not working.
Would you like to stop? Would you like to stop? Would you like to stop? Would you like to stop?
I'm fine. Everything's fine.
You have to control yourself. Old, fat, disgusting.
People are gonna love that.
Okay. So that's the trailer of The Substance. And this is my first time even knowing about The Substance, of course, because this I watch the Oscars. I enjoy watching the Oscars, and when the Oscars drop and they show us the nominations, that's how I watch movies. I think this movie came out around August or September. I didn't hearing about it. Like I said in my last video, my last one I did was on Elia Perez, and I'll leave a link at the end so you can watch that. That's another good movie that's nominated for Best Picture, as this one as well for The Substance, starring Demi Moore, as I read the synopsis at the beginning before the trailer. Basically, where Demi Moore plays, she's 50 something, she's a fitness model and everything, and now she's older, and now she's feel like she's going to be thrown away and tossed away. Then suddenly something happens to her, something tragic, but she's okay. But she presented with a drug where you can live your if you want to be young or live your life differently, things like that. This is a new drug. So when I read the synopsis when I read the synopsis before, and thinking, okay, you have a drug and you can turn young and for not a long time, things like that. But as I watched it, and what it meant was totally different. And as we see, um, it's not really spoiling. You can tell where it's where you kind of split in two, kind of, where you split as a younger person, as a younger person. That younger person has all your memories. This is where I getting from. This is what I got from. This person has your memories, but of course they need you, but you're still one person. And it says that a lot in this. You're one person because the younger person needs you. And in this movie they use like fluid, things like fluid from your regular person to have memories, things like that. But also shows in the life that Hollywood as well, where the young, beautiful, and that's it. So if you're between the ages of 18 and probably 31, 32, you have it until after that, you're no good. Some actors, Leonardo DiCaprio, likes his women a certain age, and when they hit a certain age, he kind of, moves on. So it's like that. So there's a lot of symbolism in this movie, a lot of basically that, if you ran your course and you're gone. You have, Harvey, like I read, played by Dennis Quaid, where he's a Zek, and he's trash, and they do a lot of close-ups of different things, different perspective. There's one scene where and you've seen the trailer, he's eating shrimp and he's being just very nasty and just very disrespectful in his showing, how just nasty he is, how just also maybe chauvinistic, or how just he doesn't care about, as he talks to Demore's character Elizabeth, as he talks to her, not caring about her, and just in her face, and just giving her a full bunch of bull basically. And it shows that you can imagine kind of stuff like that happen in Hollywood probably today or even in the past. But in this movie, that kind of shows in life. There's another part in this movie, in this scene, where um, the younger version of Demo's character Elizabeth, named Sue, she's doing something in an apartment, a lot of banging. The neighbor comes banging. He's really mad. He's about to give it to Elizabeth in the apartment. Opens the door, but it's Sue, and she's beautiful. And he stops in his heels, and he tone changes because she's beautiful. She's not the older version of Elizabeth. It's a younger version of Elizabeth, but named Sue, and he changes his demeanor and everything. And we can understand in life where the more beautiful you are, the more things you get in life, the more extra things you get in life, the more opportunities you might get in life. And that kind of reflects in a lot of things, maybe race and your skin color, things like that. And that also reflects in this as well. Demi Moore is nominated for Best Actress in this movie, I think, as well. Let's Yep. So Demi Moore is nominated for Best Actress. So let me say for this, there's not a lot of dialogue in this movie, not at all. Very, very, very minimum dialogue. This movie really wants you to look at the surrounding in this movie, the aesthetics, the makeup, the body language. all that, the expressions, everything. Then once you look at everything in this movie that goes around in this movie, the movements in this movie, just very subtle talking, very subtle in that, not a lot of it, especially in Demi Moore's character and also Sue's character played by Margaret. And that's what you're looking at. Um, can I say Demi Moore's character is more powerful than Carlos Sofia Guzman's character in Emilia Perez? No. With Emilia Perez, I get more out of Carlos' character, more depth with the acting of emotions, just bringing more. In this, I see more with how depressing and how she's taking life, where she's changing, she's getting older. I see that, so I see that balance, but I feel like Carla gave it a little bit more towards what she was changing from, her body, where she feel like she's different from what she's from the inside and from the outside, then from Demi Moore's from how she's getting older on the outside and how she's feeling. That's getting more from Caller's portrayal in her movie than Demi Moore. I think Demi Moore did a good job, but I felt like it just wasn't enough as going in the movie. I see the movie was symbolizing a lot of it. I think the movie was more towards leaning on towards more like the aesthetics with the makeup, especially in this movie with the beauty, with all that. This movie is very, very artistic movie. All movie artistic, but this movie is deep artistic, deep meaning with deep symbolism with this movie, and I understand where it's coming from. You can mean this movie can mean a lot of things to a lot of people, and I get that, but I don't see me swaying me over more towards Demi Moore earning the best actress than Carla. That's just my opinion. Now, is this movie good? This movie is a good movie. It's not a bad movie, but it's a movie that will make you just wonder and question, like, wow. Then the last 25 minutes of this movie, all I can say this, it turns into a rock horror thrasher movie at the end. Now, you might, if you do see it, I really can't explain it. If you want to go deep into that, I suggest looking at other YouTubers that break that down of that ending, where I'm not really going to talk about it, but it gets kind of gory. It gets very gory, very a lot of blood in it at the end, very surprising. Um, but also, I guess it shows the sacrifice you might do to be young, to be beautiful again, to have that. Because there's certain scenes in Margot's character that she's playing Sue, the younger version of Demi Moore's character, where she needs she needs him more. She needs Elizabeth because they are one from each other. That's the thing about this movie. But also, what are you willing to do to sacrifice to be that young or live through that? So it's a lot with this movie. You think what you're about to get into this movie when you read the synopsis, you think what you're about to get into it until you watch it and you're like, wow, this movie can be very trippy and it's be very, very different. It's filmed very well. The cinematography done very well. I cannot be mad about that. The cinematography done very well. The acting by the actors even more, I think she did very well of playing just the depressing state of how she's feeling and what she would go through to feel young again or to see that or be that, but I didn't see that was what I thought I would see, because being two people, yes, they're one, but you still think you're still separate, kind of, right? This movie says that a lot. Now, my people might think, oh, you didn't see that, or you're saying it wrong. Well, that's just me, maybe. This is what I got from watching the movie. I got a lot of different things from the movie, from what would you do to be young again? What would you do to relive the good years you had? What would you sacrifice? Would you be selfish? Things like that I got from this. And and that can say a lot as well. You know, would you turn back time? Would you drink a drug? That will maybe split you in two or make you young again, things like that, and that makes you think. Also in life, when that I'm getting older, I look that um, I'm getting older, I can't do certain things as I used to as young as well, or just different things like that, music wise. It's just a lot of things that just make you think as we get older in our lives. So this movie can mean a whole lot, but I just felt like I would want a little bit more dialogue from the leading actress playing in this movie. More dialogue to make me feel for that character a little bit more. I can feel by what I see, what she's going through, but I just wanted more for me to pull into the character, and I feel like I did not get enough from that. I feel like for me, I did not get enough dialogue from that character. That's why I bring it down from a. It's not a 5 out of 5, but I give this movie a 4 out of 5. It's a good movie. It's a well-written movie with a lot of messages, a lot of symbolism, a lot to it to make you think. I love the artistic of the movie. I love the uh, I love I love the like the wardrobes. I love the the makeup. The makeup was crazy good and done in this movie. I like all that. It's just that I feel like it could have given me a little bit more from Demi Moore to show more of her acting skills besides, you know, her body language and how she's feeling it and how she's emoting. But I want to hear more of her just letting it out. I want to hear more of that um, to gain more from her character. This movie, if you want to check something out that's very different, that's very trippy as the movie goes along, this movie gets trippier, trippier, trippier at like every like 15, 20 minutes, the movie gets trippier, 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 more and more and more in this movie. And as I watch it, it's not a kids movie. I paused it and my daughter came home from school. It was a weird scene. She's like, I came in the wrong time in this movie, and I was like, yeah, and I explained to her what I was watching. She's like, oh, I get it. She's like, okay, but yeah, this movie's not for young kids. This is a movie that if you like really artistic movies and you're really into movies and you want movies to make you really think and really just look back at your life, especially people that's older, look back at your life and what would you do and make you think, then I would want you to check out Substance. You can rent it anywhere that you can rent with Apple's, Amazon, anywhere I rented it. It was 5.99. I'm not saying I'm disappointed I rented it because this movie is a good movie. I did not stop it. I played this movie all the way through. It kept me wondering like what's going to happen, what's going to happen, what's going to happen, what's going to happen. Like this happened. She took this drug. How I want to know how this going to end. And that's also good in the movie. I want a movie that makes me want to keep watching because I want to see how this thing ends. I didn't want to. I didn't pause it. I paused it. My daughter came, but other than that, I didn't pause it. I want to continue this movie to really know like how you're going to close this from A, B, C. And I think it closed very well. Of even though it was weird at the end, the horror horror show it was right at the end. It still gave a message very well what it was trying to give. I feel like still give me a little bit more from Demi Moore. I think she did a fantastic job. Not enough for me to win for best Oscar. Enough to be nominated. Just not enough to edge that off of Carla so far. Right now, Carla is edging out still. Cynthia Alvaro for Wicked, still edging out. They move for Substance. Still need to see. I'm still here with Fernando Torres, and I need to see. Oh, that's it. Picture. So I seen Wicked. It's a good movie. Just seen Substance. Nick Boys, and you see that, and you see I'm still here. Emma Perez, seen that good movie. Dune Part Two, good movie. Conclave, I've seen that. Check it out, guys. Good movie. And Complete Unknown, I want to see that as well. I guess I'll probably see more movies tomorrow. The Brutalist, I gotta find really time to watch that 3 hours and 35-minute movie. And Anora. But that was Substance, starring Demi Moore. A gripping telling movie that really speaks to a lot of things that's going on now, life, body, mind, everything in this movie. Have you seen The Substance? What do you thought about it? Did you understand the message that was coming from the movie? Do you think Demi Moore deserves a nomination for an Oscar? How do you think she done? What did you thought about the movie. That's how I thought about it. This is how I felt about the movie, and I appreciate the movie. I appreciate the art that was given by the movie. I appreciate the director, Carly. Forget if I for is that forget if I said it wrong. I'm sorry. I apologize. But I think she did an awesome job. But those are my thoughts in the movie. 4 out of 5. Leave your comments below. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Until the next Best Picture Oscar nominated movie, I will be back, guys. Hopefully, I'll see. I think. What did I say? I would see. I'll probably see next one. I'll probably see would be Nora, guys. But until the next one, guys, you take care of yourself, and I'll see you again. Peace.